If you pray for peace and patience and wisdom, that's all you need, because um, if you have patience, it'll help you deal with anger. If you have wisdom, it'll help you deal with stupidity and ignorance and things like that. Like if someone's like, oh, you're such a bad person, if you alone know that you are a good person and you're doing everything and trying to be the best version of yourself for yourself or for God or whoever you're doing it for, that's all that matters. Whatever someone says about you, it doesn't reflect who you are. Your reaction to it is a reflection on who you are. Because someone could go up to me and be like, oh, you're this, you're that, and it could be so derogatory and so rude. And I can go back and say everything I know. I can know that person very personal and say very hurtful things,
like
and
you're saying about Rosie telling her about her daughter, what her daughter
and you can
thinks
be
about her.
very nasty. But what does that resolve? Does that make me a better person? That it's a reflection on who I am. It shows the bitterness, the ugliness, the ruthlessness inside myself. Now, is that reflecting God? No. But is it reflecting on how I was raised? It's not just a reflection of God, it's a reflection of your parents. Sometimes you don't do things for God, you have to do things for your parents, because God, yes, He sees everything that you do, but your parents or the people that you're trying to prove yourself to are the people who are constantly around you and see who you are as a person. So you're constantly proving yourself to them and yourself. And yeah, you want to live for God, but you also want to prove that on this earth you're like a good person, as a reflection of who you are. That's why that saying that I heard, it was like 90% is action. I meant 10% is action, 90% is reaction. Yeah, no matter how ugly someone is towards you, how you react to it is a reflection on who you are as a person, how you think, how you operate, how you choose to go about your life.
What about the third one you said? Because you said about patient wisdom. What was the other one?
Peace.
Peace.
If you have no peace, if you have no peace in your life, like the peace of God, or just like the natural, what people consider peace, if you have none of that, then your mind is forever constantly racing, and you will constantly be restless. Therefore, you can never think straight. And if you never can think straight, you can never have appropriate conversations with the people you need to. And if you have never peace, then you don't know clarity of mind. If you don't know clarity of mind, you know nothing. Because if you don't have a clear mind, what do you have? If it's the most powerful weapon in existence, if it's the most powerful thing on earth, think of it like that. It is the most powerful thing. If you cannot control the most powerful thing, you have nothing.
Man, you know that you are very wise, mature beyond your years.
Thank you. It's because I had to learn how to control my mind, my mouth. So it's like,
how did you learn how to do that?
A lot of figuring it out on my own, trying to. It was very hard to get to this point. And it was a lot easier with God to ask for that peace, ask for that mind clarity. But for a long time, I did it on my own. And a lot of it I did learn on my own. That's why I'm a firm believer when someone's like, how'd you get there? And I'm like, me. Talking to me. Because sometimes I had to be ruthless with myself and be like, quit being such a crybaby. Get up. Because God will show you grace. God will be kind and be like, I'm the light that you need. This is the hand that you need. And some people, that doesn't work. Sometimes a kind word or a gentle touch doesn't work. And it needs that, now get up. Now stop being lazy. Stop being a loser. Quit having a pity party. Yeah, and just like my brother too, just being like, I don't want losers in my family. It was a realization of, I need to be better for myself. But not only for myself, but to prove to me, but to prove to everyone else who's doubted me or has said anything about me. Or, I love proving people wrong.
Yeah. How about
See, why would you, look, this is another great example. Why would you prove someone wrong in an argument when you could prove someone wrong with your success? Now, which looks better? Now, one, you argued, you got a headache, you got upset, you proved your point. And you are right in the end. But look how much it took out of you. It took a piece of your dignity, a piece of your sound mind, a piece of your reassurance in who you are.
And it
robs you. Yeah, it robs you
of peace.
Now, who lost here? You may have proven your point. You may have won that battle, but you lost the war. I heard that quote, and it's very meaningful to me. I don't know if I heard it or if it was me speaking to me. But if it was like, I may have won the battle, but I lost the war. So would you rather, like America, you know, we lost so many small battles and things like that, but we won the war, and that created that independency, that freedom. And sometimes you need to lose those battles. Sometimes you lose those battles to the enemy. You lose and you have those setbacks and you have those trials and you feel like a loser. You feel like you're at your weakest. But then sometimes it's that small voice of God, or sometimes that glimpse of light, or sometimes that tough word, or that mean person to realize that you may have lost all those battles, but there's a war coming up that you need to prepare for, whether it's mentally, spiritually, emotionally, even sometimes physically, that you need to prepare yourself for. And you can't do it alone. And sometimes I'm not saying that God is sometimes is always the answer, because sometimes that is not enough, that you need those physical people to be there, to be on your team. And godly people are you know, what people would go for, what people would want. But sometimes there's people like me who, I'm not going to preach here and say I'm all holy, but I try my best to be my best version of myself. And I fall short every day. Those small battles I lose every day. But I know in the end...
But you win a lot. We win a lot.
Yeah. See, you lose some and you win some. But as long as you win the war, that's all that matters.
And you know, the best thing to remember is that the victory already has been won.
Yeah.
God already won the victory.
See, see? And how many battles did you lose? Like, you see, look, God had to lose look, how many Christians were prosecuted, how he had to let go of his son. Those are small battles. If you see it like, no, but if you see it like that, compared to the war that he won, the eternal salvation, the eternal heaven for everyone.
Wow.
But he had to lose his son. Yeah. So it looks like a small sacrifice compared to all he won.
Every time I think about that, what God did for, like, when I think...
It's a big sacrifice, but when you see the whole picture, it looks like a small beginning.
But when I think about my children, I go, can I do that for the sake of others? Heck no. I wouldn't sacrifice.
It's like right now.
Eli
now,
or
right
Danny.
now, if God said, you need to let your daughter die for Rosie, for Anna, for Dad.
I wouldn't. I couldn't do that.
But that's as a person, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's from your perspective as a mother. Yeah. And that's exactly what God had to go through with his son. His own blood created every single cell. But see, you created me. God created me in there. Mm-hmm. See, God created me. You just carried me. Yeah, he created me. Yeah, but like, you mainly held me.
Just a vessel.
Yeah, but you see that bond that you have? Now imagine the bond between God and Jesus. It is actually part of himself.
And you know what? Like, you know, when I think about his love for us, when I think about the love that Jesus has for me, for Dorian, after all the times that I failed him, my brain cannot wrap around it. And the idea was, my God, about his reckless love. How big is his love for me?
You know, I may not like people, but
sometimes you don't like being around. It's not
I don't
be around them, huh?
I don't like being around people. You know, I don't mind being around people. I don't like being around the negative people, the negative energy surrounding the people. Mm-hmm. They could be good people, but the negative energy around them is something you don't want to be around. Like what's it called? Yeah, like sober, amazed, very kind, gentle, sweet, loving. Drunk, the most obnoxious person, the worst drunk you would never want to be around. Now, but doesn't mean that she deserves any less. Like, I lost respect for her as a person that has value to me. Now, no respect there. There is none.
Because of what just happened?
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
what about
you have I let it go. I have no grudge, no hate, no anger, but you lost my respect. So I have nothing against you. I wish you the absolute best. That's maturity there. It's that even though you did me wrong, I still wish you the best, but I will no longer associate with you in person or on text or anything, because I don't want that negative interference in my life. And it's okay to let people go like that in your life, and hopefully, you know, you wish them the best, because like, she may have lost all respect for me as a person and as a kind of like a friend, or just as a mutual respect, but I still have respect for her as I do for every single human being. I feel everyone on a certain level deserves respect, as a human, as a person, as just a as a life.
Uh-huh.
I feel every life deserves respect
The same
and common kindness and courtesy, but there is a level where it exceeds.
Yeah.
And
The
then
same
when you
goes-
lose that respect, it is very hard to gain back.
And that goes, the same goes for Anna too, right?
Anna, yes, has lost it.
But
I have, but I'm not upset about it.
That's good, Mija.
I'm not upset because they're just words.
And
A thought is not a fact.
There you
Why does it affect me?
Exactly.
That if someone else believes some certain aspect of me, I can boo-hoo about it and call them and cry and cuss them out and try to fight. I can fight. Believe I'm strong.
I know you are.
But
You got
what
skills,
is
girl.
But what is that going to resolve?
Yeah,
Just
black.
to prove?
You're a ninja. You're a black ninja.
But what does it prove?
Nothing, Mama.
That I'm the aggressor. It proves that I have no maturity, that I couldn't let it go, that I couldn't let peace and forgiveness be the resolution. Now, it is no longer a reflection of them, but a reflection of me and who I am as a person.
Amen.
So I won't let someone else's actions affect who I am and my character as a person.
Wow. I'm so proud of you, honey.
Thank you.
You make me very proud.
Thank you.
You make me so proud and so happy to know, that you still have that in you. And you have taught me a lot, especially this past year, how much we've been through. And even though we went through
I do a
rough
lot of
battles,
thinking with just like painting and just focus on my art.
I think a lot of good positive things came out of being locked up in your room and COVID.
I got
being
real
alone.
talented.
And,
See? Great. You know what? A lot of emotional baggage and a lot of bad stuff. But what came out of it, I became artistically, profound.
I think you found yourself. And well, you discovered a lot of things.
I found out who I wasn't. There it is.
There you go.
I did not find out who I am, but I found out who I wasn't.
Okay.
And that's a start.
And what you didn't want, what didn't you want for yourself, or the things you didn't like about yourself, you try to work on those and change, right?
Yeah.
Because with me, it got me closer to you, and
I got a better body. See, everybody got fat. I got skinny. I got a little thin, and I got artistically gifted.
You discover your talent for art.
Everyone just realized they hated their family. I was just like, I can draw. I want a divorce. You want to see my drawing? Completely two opposites.
I hate my life.
I know. It's crazy. I think back on it, and this is why this is where my humor comes in from like trauma and everything like that. Is because like when I paint something really nice, I'm like, man, and I think I wanted to kill myself a little while ago. That's crazy. Look at this beautiful art, and then I'm no longer sad. See, most people focus on looks. I just focus on like what I can actually do.
Look at it. This is my 16-year-old child talking like this. So much wisdom beyond her years. So much maturity. So much beauty.
But you shouldn't base your success on just like, oh man, I want to kill myself last week. Today I woke up and brushed my teeth. Success. You want to strive for more, but the simple things in life should be cherished.
Exactly.
Yeah, like when you're really depressed, like brushing your teeth and washing your face in the morning is like the most you can accomplish. And it's so like liberating. Yeah. Like when there's points where I just wanted to die and just like never wake up again and just stay in my bed. Just me like just sitting up in my bed was like, I accomplished something today. Now I'm sad. Let me go back to sleep. But it was just like at least I sat up, and it progressed to now let me get up. Let me brush my teeth. Oh man, I wash my face. Let me shower. I brush my hair. I did my makeup. Why? To go to sleep. But I did it. Sometimes you do things because you're not mentally okay. And sometimes, when people are like, oh, you're not mentally okay, just call on God. He's right there. Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes you need to be your own voice in your head to be like, now we need to get through this for us. Because God says, give me your burden and I'll make it lighter. But it's still a burden.
My yoke is lighter, huh?
Yeah.
Wants to trade it in.
Yeah, but it's still, like, let me give you my yoke. It's lighter, but it's still a yoke. And sometimes you need to have that yoke made heavy so you can change it for another one. Like lighter, constantly recycling. Because sometimes you need to, I don't want to explain this. Like, you need to weigh so much so you can sink all the way to the bottom, so you could let it go and appreciate that you went and sunk all the way to the bottom to realize now it's light. Now I can rise. Because if it's not heavy, then how can it be light? If you don't know sadness, you don't know happiness. If you don't know anger, you don't know peace. If you don't know ignorance, you don't know wisdom. Yeah. You need to have the negative opposite to appreciate the positive opposite.
I love it. I just love this conversation with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna treasure this.
Well, I'm not gonna die soon. Like,
No, but I'm watching you grow up, and then they become an adult, and then you're gonna need me. You're gonna be sad. But I mean, I'm gonna
like I
treasure
got like a year and then like a half. Like
So
still.
what? No, you don't, stupid. You're not moving out. You're staying home until you're 40. You're not moving out. I don't care. You're gonna be a 40-year-old virgin. Shut up.
Yes, virginity rocks. I shall save myself for the Jesus himself. What am I, a nun?
Oh my goodness, I just love you, girl. I love you very much.
Hey, it's a Mexican on a scooter.
Go Mexico.
Someone get him.
La migra.
Probably stole the scooter too. That's probably what the cops would think. Where'd you get the scooter? I bought it. Receipt. I threw it away. Liar. Dámelo.
My tío ate it. My tío Beto. Tío
Everyone
Beto,
got
give
a
it to
tío
me.
Beto.
Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing all that wisdom in my day, and it's going to help me release
You're welcome.
everything that I was thinking about. I'm very proud of you.
See, just because you're an adult doesn't mean you know everything.
Oh, I know that. I know that
And just
every day.
because like sometimes some adults believe that they can only teach. The truth is, sometimes you need to. The smartest people are the ones who humble themselves enough to listen to everyone. So you see it from all aspects. So it's like me giving you, hey, this is this one fact. Now you keep it and you go solely based off that or that one word. Now will you let it guide your entire life? No. You need to get information from constant resources, and that's how you build on your life. That's how you grow. That's how you evolve. That's how you learn. That's why, like, people who are smart, they listen to everyone. They humble themselves to listen to everyone's opinion there, and those people then decide which one do I want to choose, and that's their choice, and that's where
You take the best and discard the bad.
yeah. And sometimes you need to go through the bad, and you need to pick up all that garbage and go through it to learn that you don't need it, so you can get the good stuff. Because some people don't learn. You gotta learn the hard way. I needed to learn the hard way. I don't think I would be where I'm at if I didn't be stupid enough to be like, oh, let me listen. You see, if I would have listened, I would have not known half the things I know now.
Yeah.
Now, yes, it was bad before, and it's a lot of negative past, but
But the past don't define you.
but yeah, but that's past stuff. Like, you know, like with God, you know, you can murder a whole colony of people, but if you truly repent, God will wipe your slate clean. Not saying that is gone, that you did not do that, but it no longer holds that burden, the value that it held, that weighed you down.
You feel guilty and ashamed for all of that. That's what the precious blood of Jesus does. You know, it washes you clean.
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even God, but sometimes you need that. You need to hear from a person. Whether it's like some humans always want to feel wanted. We want to feel reassured. We want to feel loved. It's the natural mechanism. That's how naturally, as long as we're wanted, good or bad, the human just wants to be wanted.
And be loved.
We just want to be wanted. It's not even love. Just the thought that's like, I want you. You're mine now. Great. Now I treat you like trash, but at least I want you. And they're like, all right. It's just, you know, when you don't know like the healthy type of want, you settle for the toxic want. But then
any attention, huh?
Yeah, because every human wants to be wanted.
But you know, when we discover like, you know, the true like
value of
in
ourselves.
God, you know, not only ourselves, but I mean, when
sometimes you can
God,
realize the value you have, but you don't think you deserve that value. Like God says you're absolutely perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. You are absolutely beautiful. There's nothing you can do that will separate you from me. But sometimes your mind and that this cognitive thinking makes you believe you are not worthy. And in all honesty, you're not. We're not. We are not worthy of the grace and
we don't
the
deserve.
love.
We don't deserve
Yeah,
it.
you're not worthy. We're not worthy, nor do we deserve it.
But God is God's grace.
But
God.
Yeah, chooses to give it to us.
She loves us.
So will you stay there and will you accept it? And finally accept that want that you've been wanting from everyone else? Or will you ignore it and continue to struggle that hard path? And sometimes you need to do both. And that's okay. And people need to realize it's okay. Some people beat themselves down all the time and are so hard on themselves for going through it and being like, man, I was so stupid, I should have chosen that. But if you didn't go through that and realize that it was a stupid mistake, you would have never realized it was a stupid mistake and would have done it later on in the line. Because you wouldn't have the knowledge that you had at that moment then. So it's a good thing to go through bad things. That's why, like, if I have kids, like, don't make this mistake. You make that mistake, now that's on you. Now you learn. Because I already told you. Like you gave me all the warnings. I still did it myself. You didn't learn it for me. I had to learn it for myself. Even though you gave me the knowledge, that knowledge helped me avoid some things, but I still needed to go through it myself to understand it. Because I can understand, but I need to comprehend and experience.
Wow. It comes through experience and comes, setbacks and disappointments. But it's
like
okay,
God. You can tell me how good He is all the time. Surrender fully. But until I decide to experience it myself, I will never understand. Comprehend.
Okay.
I can understand you. I can listen, and I can.
You can see it too.
And I can comprehend how it goes, but to fully understand and evaluate and use and impact in my life, I need to experience it myself. And that's with anything in life. That's with everything in life.
And I think and it will take for you to really like want it to experience it. And it's okay, God, here I am.
If you don't want anything, then you're not going to go for it.
Well, thank you for sharing. Great ride from church to here.
Like alcoholics, they go to the AA. You can provide everything for them, but unless they actually want to get sober, they never will.
Yeah, like Rosie when it's taking anything.
I'm just saying, everyone.
Anybody, yes, anybody. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I love you.
I love you too.
Mi niña.